it's Peachy. I've decided that once a month I'm going to do a Q&A video. This is basically because I've come to the realisation that I've got a significant amount of subscribers and it's got to the point where I just can't reply to everyone's messages anymore. And it's making me feel kind of guilty, but this is a more personal way of communicating with people, I find, and even though I won't be able to reply to everyone's questions in a video, it's still kind of a fun way of doing it. Because this is my first video for my new Q&A series, I got my first round of questions from my blog, but if you want a question for my next Q&A video, leave a question in the comments here. And now I will start, as soon as I clear my throat. When you were younger, did you always enjoy Lolita and girly things, or did you have other fashion stages before Lolita? Before I was moving home, I had to sort out a bunch of my stuff in the attic, and I found a whole load of my really old drawings from, say, age 4 to age 12. It really amazed me just the sheer amount of characters I drew wearing dresses that looked so much like a Lolita dress. It's kind of a sign that I've always really been into that kind of thing, even if I was only started wearing it when I was about 17. Before I could buy and wear Lolita fashion, I still used to wear cute clothes, especially in my earlier teens. I had a lot of Hello Kitty t-shirts and stuff like that. Also, still really loved lacy stuff. I used to wear corsets because they were really fashionable at the time. But then I used to wear them with combat trousers in pastel colours like baby pink and mints. And so again, that kind of shows the pastel colour love that would happen later, but at the same time, corsets and combat trousers. Very early 2000s. In the future, if you decide you want to have a little one, would you dress them up in it? Or the male equivalent to Lolita? Oh god, I have to think about having children. No! So, I guess I wouldn't when they're really young, like maybe ages 1 to 5, because kids are really rough and messy, and I can imagine a Lolita dress for a kid would be probably at least £20, and I know they would probably just rip it and get it dirty. Because that's what kids do, and that's good. They have a time when they can just do things like that. They've got endless energy and it's fantastic. I kind of wish I still had that energy. But I don't think Lolita fashion, because of how delicate it is, would be suitable for them. I guess there are exceptions though, because when I was a kid I was kind of really careful about everything with my toys. I made sure they never got dirty or their hair tangled. I was really careful with them. But I also wouldn't do stuff like, I wouldn't climb a tree because I was too scared, so I was a bit of a wimp. So I guess if my child got that kind of behaviour from me, maybe I would let them wear the Lolita that young. I think the most important thing is that they're happy wearing it. I wouldn't force it on them if they weren't into that kind of thing, because I think children are capable of making their own decisions. And it's important that, you know, they can enjoy what they wear. Speaking of little ones, this is the closest I have to having a little one at the moment. It's my Bulip! So she's totally Lolita as well. She's the closest I have to dressing a little one in Lolita for now. What was the one thing that made you begin liking cute things and Lolita fashion? Or who or what inspired you to begin wearing it? Like I said earlier, I've always kind of liked that clothing. I don't know where it came from. I obviously saw it in like cartoons or movies, and I just always used to draw it and want to wear it. I remember when I was like 6, I went to a friend's house and she let me borrow one of her like cotton floral dresses, which looked very like Lolita, and it was my first time wearing something like that, and I was like, thank you so much, this is so nice, and I was so happy when I wore it. And she's a really sweet kid. She let me keep it because I liked it so much. I think that's just, you know, kids can be really sweet.
Have you ever heard of Vocaloid? If so, what is your favorite Vocaloid song?
Yes, I have. In fact, one of my videos I have done the official dance to one of the songs. I think it's actually really friggin' cool how far technology's gotten, that you can have your own synthetic voice as a sort of instrument, as you would say add synthetic keyboard instruments to music. My favourite Vocaloid song I think is Pink or Black.
Pink or black, ain't you my style?
What does that mean? Can anyone tell me what that means?
If you could see anything on a print, what would you like to see?
For a while now I've noticed my favourite Sweet Lolita theme is like pastel galaxies. I love like the cute shooting stars with little rainbow trails and moons and planets with little rings around them and stuff, lots of stars. That's definitely my favourite theme to wear in kawaii fashion. In fact, I kind of already tried to incorporate some of it in my outfit today. There are already some things kind of with that theme, like Angelic Pretty's done some constellation themes, so has Babe Star Shine Bright. There's Melty Planets, but that's more ice cream themed if anything. There's Dreamy Sky by Angelic Pretty as well, that's shooting stars but it's a bit plain. So I'd really like something like crazy, like a whole like planet world around the skirt with like, you know, maybe even little cute aliens or alien bunnies with or teddies with astronaut helmets. That would be so cute to me.
Did you collect retro toys before you became interested in Lolita, or did your interest in them come after you started wearing the fashion?
Actually, my interest in 80s toys and early 90s toys came from Fairy K. So when I learned of Fairy K and researched it and stuff, I really got into like Rainbow Bright, Moon Dreamers, Care Bears, the original My Little Pony, Lady Lovely Locks and stuff like that. It was mainly from seeing pictures of Spank, the most popular Fairy K store in Japan. They decorate their whole store with like tons of 80s memorabilia, so you see like all these really old toys, some of them still in the boxes, and I was like, wow, I really want my room to look like that for some reason. I guess it was just like the pastel colours and the cuteness that I really loved, and I kind of have a fascination with vintage things that are just before my time for some reason, because I was born in 1990, so like these came out a bit before me. Dear Princess Peachie, where do you see yourself in 10 years time as a Lolita? Hang on a second, I'm going to use the powers of my own mind to channel into the future and see exactly what I'll be like in 10 years time. Oh, I guess that. If you had the chance to create a professional video game, what would it be? Like the title or plot or setting or art style? So I'm going to be really unoriginal and say I'd love a remake of the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy for the PS1 and release it on hopefully like Nintendo or something. That would be good. They're some of my favourite games and I still play them so much today, and it would be amazing if they made like a HD remake of it. It would just be fantastic because the world is just so unique. Also, there are rarely any 3D platformers outside of Mario these days. 3D platformers were more of a thing in the 90s and early 2000s, and now not many companies make them anymore. They only do 2D platformers, like the characters can only move left and right, which I'm really not a fan of. I prefer the free roaming more. But if they did make a remake of Spyro Trilogy, they would have to use their original Spyro model, because I know some people like the Skylanders Spyro design, but for me, he scared me because it kind of looks like they accidentally ran over him and went, oh, it's okay, yeah, he's fine, see? It's fine, it's alright, good, it's good, see?
What was it like for you when you first began dressing in Lolita? Were you skeptical? Nervous?
No, I was the opposite. I just got my dresses in the mail one day and put them on and just walked out of the room, and Mum was passing the door and she was just like, okay, that was it. That was it. I guess my family had a wee bit of a chuckle for like the first night when we were eating dinner and they saw me in it for the first time, but that was it. I wasn't nervous at all. It did help that I lived in a really small countryside village, so there weren't many people anyway, so like usually it was sweet old ladies and they would be like, oh, you look so nice and stuff, so I can understand why it would be harder for people that lived in a big city first starting to wear Lolita fashion, but for me it was a really easy transition. It was almost too easy.
How did you know you wanted to be a sweet Lolita? Was there a moment when you realised you liked sweet, or did you just know from the start?
No, actually, I was more into classic Lolita when I first started, but this was a while back, and classic Lolita is pretty different now than it was back when I first got into it. I really liked the pastel floral prints of old school classic Lolita, and some of my first dresses were like that, and my first Lolita dresses were particularly sweet, although some of them had baby pink in them. When I was first building up my Lolita wardrobe, Bodyline was about 2 to 3 times cheaper than it is now. It was amazing. I keep calling it the golden age of Bodyline because everything was so cheap, because the exchange rate was so good as the recession hadn't happened yet. and it was amazing how quickly everything changed for buying things online after the recession began. So basically I was getting bodyline dresses for about £12 each when I was first building my wardrobe, and yeah, that meant I could really experiment with lots of different styles. I tried gothic, I even tried some punk, and of course I tried sweet, and then later I realised I was only really wearing the sweet stuff a lot, and so basically I sold all my other stuff away, and I just purely wear sweet now because I was only going for the pink stuff. What was your favourite meetup? I've loved all the meetups I've gone to. That's really hard to choose. I guess I would say my favourite one would probably be when we all went to the aquarium. There's been 2 aquarium trips, but there was one where lots of us went, and I know I loved the pictures of us when we were going through the tunnel and we looked like some sort of jellyfish specimen at the aquarium. It was pretty funny. And yeah, I think I ate cake twice that day. That was a good day.
Are you into activism, or are there any causes especially important to you?
I'm not an extremist with anything when it comes to activism. I'm definitely a feminist, a solid feminist all the way through. I believe that just because you dress feminine and love feminine things like pink and cute things, that doesn't make you any less of a feminist. And even though I'm not doing the best I can, I'm a big supporter of recycling and energy saving. I have lots of energy saving light bulbs in my house, which is why the lighting is really orange, and I have to filter it through a blue filter. But it's saving the environment a tiny bit, so... I recycle a ton. I say recycle more than I throw in my bin, because I have this really, I don't know, I just feel so guilty whenever I throw something away. I just know it's going to go to a horrible rubbish tip somewhere, and it's so much better when you can just reuse things and make more things from it. When or how often do you wear glasses, and why? It's made me realise that actually people might have a distorted vision of me because they don't really see how often I wear my glasses. Oh, okay, this is weird because I got my circle lenses in at the moment. Okay. I wear these, I'd say, about 5 times a week. You know, the reason I don't wear them with Lolita is I just don't think it particularly suits it. I prefer to wear circle lenses, especially because I really like the big eye look. But my circle lenses are prescription as well. I've got an astigmatism in each eye apparently. I just went to the optician today, coincidentally. Yeah, I am really short-sighted.
What kind of adult things do you like to do? Do you go out drinking with your friends or go out to rowdy parties? Is it strange to others to see you wearing Lolita in those environments?
I'm gonna sound really, really lame, but drinking and partying is really not my forte. Like I was saying when I was a child earlier, I'm a wimp of a person. Well, I'd say I've got some extroverted sides to me. Drinking is a big no. Partying, like if you mean rowdy partying, like clubs and stuff, big no. I do love drinks. I really like the flavour, especially cocktails. Cocktails are fun, but my body just doesn't handle alcohol that well. Maybe one drink is fine, but anything else I just go straight to sleep. Alcohol is not a fun experience for me. It just puts me out like that. I know a lot of people say they're either funnier or more, you know, exuberant when they drink. I'm the complete opposite. It's just not a good experience for me. So if I'm gonna go out and drink with, say, my boyfriend for a wee bit, I just usually have a lemonade. It doesn't make you any less of an adult though if you don't drink a lot or go to parties. That's just one part of appreciating adult life. You don't have to do that to feel adult. I'd say I'm mature in other ways. Like I always pay my bills on time. I'm getting good grades on my work towards my degree. You know, I'm good at handling my emotions. I think those are all very important things of being an adult as well, and that's what I definitely am.
How do you personally uplift yourself when dealing with negativity? Could be from anything such as hardship, a troubling encounter with a stranger, or any life struggles. How do you think and work through rough times to make yourself happy?
I tend to avoid crying as much as possible, which is not good. I think it's healthy to cry and let out feelings. I normally just like immediately distract myself from the bad feelings. My mind process goes like, you're feeling bad, stop it, you're not allowed to feel bad, go watch something happy, go play a cute video game or something, just distract yourself from the bad feelings, they're bad. But I guess there is a good side to that, you know, you don't always have to be sad about things, I don't think. Like, it's helping me focus more on the positive things and not letting things take control of me negatively. I'd say it makes me much more of a productive person because the bad feelings don't get in the way. Also, really importantly, I remind myself, like, is this going to bother me tomorrow? Is this going to affect my whole future? No. In that case, I'm not going to let it bother me. That's usually why I ask myself, like, if something's really, you know, maybe if you think about it that way, then it doesn't seem like such a big deal. Hey, do you still own your first Lolita dress? This is actually an amazing coincidence. I've been going through my old stuff lately, trying to clear out my closet and stuff, and I found my very first Lolita dress. Oh my god, it's really, really bad. I was a complete noob, and I bought this thinking it was actually a Victorian maiden dress. I didn't realise it was in fact from Milano! They were actually called Momo's Handicrafts back then. I'm pretty sure they're the same people. The sizing was completely off. I actually never made a whole first Lolita outfit with this dress because the sleeves were so tight. So basically I don't really have a photo of me wearing a full Lolita outfit with this. I think I have one where I'm just wearing it without a peg or anything. I don't actually know what the heck to do with this dress because obviously can't sell it to anyone because it's terrible. I might just put it in a charity shop. That's my first Lolita dress, everyone. Oh my god. Okay, that was a long video, so I'm not going to answer any more questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to answer yours. But everyone can leave new questions for my next Q&A video for next month, and I will try and reply to some of them. I'm not just going to do Q&A videos, I've got some bigger plans in the summer, they just take more time to make. So I hope you'll enjoy next month's videos, and I will see you soon. Bye bye! What was it like for you when you first began? I can't do